Okay, good morning. We are moving on to the next story here. Man beats bank and creates mortgage banking MERS bomb. So, if you guys haven't heard of this yet, it's kind of important. There's a lot of people reading this information. There's a lot of people spreading all this information around, but everybody's left with kind of like, what do I do? What do I do? So that's what we're hoping to accomplish here with all this information getting out to everybody is, it's time to bring the veil down, call in the accountability, organize class action, get your house back, all those things that we need to do. So, Walter Keene poses for a portrait at his office. Keene filed and recently won a lawsuit that resulted in several homeowners in Utah getting title to their property, even if they owned the full mortgage, all because of chaos introduced into the nation's property recording system by MERS. Utah professor Chris Peterson weighs in on the significance of the rulings. In Utah, missing paperwork means a lot. Borrowers gain title for free. A Utah court case in which the owner of the Draper townhouse got clear title to the property, even though he still owed $132,000 on it, raises new legal and financial questions. Really? About property records database created by mortgage bankers. Wait a minute. Raises new legal and financial questions about a property records database? MERS? Created by who? Mortgage bankers. Huh. The award of a title free of liens means that whoever owns the promissory note on the Draper property, likely a group of Fairway investors, no longer has the right to foreclose, to collect on a delinquent loan. I think you have to be licensed to collect debt as well. There's actually fraud against people who try to collect and are not licensed to collect debt. Indeed, the townhouse owner has sold the property and kept the money. Those who own the promissory note probably don't even know what occurred, which is what's been happening to a lot of other people. The bank was selling it to another debt purchaser, and the person making the payments to their servicing company got a little tiny notice in the mail saying, oh, you make your payments to these people now. Decisions such as the one 3rd District Judge Glenn Awaski handed down in the Draper case could have a big impact as the state wends its way, I would say winds its way, but it says wends its way, through hundreds of lawsuits involving foreclosures, loans on properties for more than they're worth, and predatory lending practices. Hold on. Loans on properties for more than they're worth? You mean upside down? You mean in the negative? You mean there's more reasons than just a recession that everybody's house prices have gone down? Hold on a second. That lead to Utahns to lose their home as the real estate bubble burst. Sounds like a planned burst to me. This is thanks to American Sovereign Bulletin, actually, this article. This is all tied up with MERS, the online database that has stood in for the land records system in as many as 60% of the mortgages in America over the past decade or so. And we've seen MERS. As we've seen, MERS is essentially a way for the largest banks to avoid recording fees. I mean, come on. Really? By naming them as the mortgagee on the original record and then transferring the mortgage and the note through their database? We call that stealing, collusion, and many other things. The problem is that MERS is named as an owner on the loans in which it has no financial interest. And the judicial system doesn't know how to manage that. We don't know how to go after corporations? Because they're able to just dissolve themselves when they get into hot water? Not so good. This has confused the hell out of the insurance companies. the underwriters, too, who cannot determine who holds the note or even who can collect payments on it. As a result, in this case, the courts and the title company failed to figure out any of that, so they gave title back to the homeowner. The attorney for the man in Draper, Utah, says he has won 2 other cases this way, and another attorney in Utah got a default judgment, giving title to borrowers who owed $417,000 on a home. The owners of the note could always go back and try to recoup this money. But as Christopher Peterson of the University of Utah says in the article, MERS calls into question their ability to succeed. Under laws adopted by all 50 states, the owner of a negotiable instrument, quote unquote, such as a promissory note, I've seen a lot of those lately, must be in physical possession of the document, said Peterson. Otherwise, it would be like someone trying to cash a photocopy of a check instead of an actual check. One cannot be a holder of a note unless one is the physical possession of that note, he said. But Peterson said evidence is coming out in courts that shows the actual promissory notes or mortgages signed by buyers were not transferred as the notes made their way into the mortgage-backed securities investment pools. That could mean in these cases that no one is in possession of the actual note. That could mean in these cases that no one is in a position to try to collect because the actual notes are lost or destroyed, potentially making some promissory note investors think they hold worthless, I'm not finishing this, worthless, I want to say paper. Anyway, dailybail.com, /man beats bank and creates mortgage banking, MERS, bomb, loss, blah, 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 blah. You can read the rest of it there. But I just wanted to bring that to light that there's a lot going on. Good day.